she fired him for being late. Then her daughter said, "Mom, that's my dad." The clock on the office wall struck 9:17 a.m. Emma Collins didn't need to look at it to know she was already irritated. She ran a tight ship. Deadlines mattered. Discipline mattered. And above all, punctuality mattered. So when the office door creaked open and Daniel walked in, slightly out of breath, shirt wrinkled, eyes exhausted, she didn't hesitate. "Mr. Daniel," her voice cut through the room like cold steel. "Do you know what time it is?" The entire office went silent. Daniel stopped mid-step. I'm sorry, ma'am. No excuses." Her tone was sharp. "Final. This is the third time this month." Daniel swallowed hard. His fingers tightened around the worn-out bag on his shoulder. "I understand, but today was." "I said no excuses." Emma stood up from her desk, her heels clicking against the floor as she walked closer. "People here work hard to be on time. You don't get special treatment." Daniel's voice softened. "Please, just give me one more chance." There was something in his eyes. Not arrogance. Not laziness. Desperation. But Emma had built her career by not letting emotions interfere with decisions. "If I let you stay," she said coldly, "I'd have to make exceptions for everyone." A pause. Then, "You're fired." The words hit harder than anything Daniel had prepared for. For a moment, he just stood there. Still. Silent. As if his entire world had stopped moving. "I understand," he whispered. No argument. No anger. Just acceptance. And somehow, that made it worse. Broken heart the walk out. Daniel slowly turned and walked toward the door. Every step heavier than the last. No one spoke. No one moved. Because deep down, they all felt it. This wasn't just a man losing a job. This was a man losing something much bigger. As he reached the door, Emma spoke again. "Make sure HR clears your paperwork by today." He nodded. Didn't look back. And then, he was gone. Hourglass not done minutes later. Emma exhaled sharply and sat back down. Back to work, everyone. The office slowly returned to life. But something felt off. She couldn't explain it. Maybe it was the way he didn't fight back. Maybe it was the look in his eyes. Or maybe. Her phone rang. She glanced at the screen. Lily Redhart. Her daughter. Her expression softened instantly as she answered. "Hey, sweetheart." "Mom." Lily's voice sounded excited. Breathless. "Mom, guess what? I saw him." Emma frowned slightly. "Saw who, honey?" A pause. Then the words that would change everything. "My dad." Emma froze. Her grip tightened around the phone. "What did you say?" "The man I told you about. The one who always helps me outside school, the one who fixes my bike, the one who brings snacks." Emma's heart started pounding. "Lily, what are you talking about?" "I just saw him leave your office building." Everything inside Emma went still. Her mind tried to process it. No, that didn't make sense. That couldn't. "What does he look like?" she asked slowly. He's tall, looks tired a lot, kind eyes, and he always smiles even when he's sad." Emma's breath caught. Her heart dropped. "Mom," Lily said softly. "Yeah? That's him. That's my dad." Fearful faced the realization. The phone nearly slipped from Emma's hand. Images flashed in her mind. Daniel. His tired eyes. His quiet voice. His desperation. Her words. "You're fired." Her chest tightened. No, she whispered. This couldn't be happening. Not like this. Not now. Police car light, the chase begins. Emma stood up so fast her chair fell back. Cancel my meetings, she snapped to her assistant. Without waiting for a response, she grabbed her keys and rushed out of the office. For the first time in years, she wasn't in control. She wasn't composed. She was panicking. Because somewhere out there was the man she had just fired. And somehow, he was connected to her daughter in a way she never imagined. Emma's car sped through traffic, her hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly her knuckles turned white. Her mind was racing. This isn't possible. How could Lily think he's her father? And why does it feel like she might be right? She replayed everything Lily had said. He fixes my bike. He brings me snacks. He smiles even when he's sad. Emma's chest tightened. That sounded exactly like the man she had just fired. Man walking meanwhile. Daniel. Daniel walked down the busy street, the city noise fading into a dull blur. In his hand was his phone. On the screen, a photo. A little girl. Smiling. Bright eyes. Full of life. Lily, he whispered softly. His voice cracked. I'm sorry. He sat down on a bench, his shoulders slumped, exhaustion finally catching up to him. Losing the job hurt. But not as much as what came next. How am I going to keep my promise now, he murmured. A promise he had made to himself. To stay close. Even if he couldn't be part of her life the way he wanted. Puzzle piece, the hidden past. Years ago, Emma had made a decision. A difficult one. She had walked away from someone who couldn't give her stability. Someone who struggled. Someone who loved deeply, but silently. Daniel. At the time, she thought she was doing the right thing. Choosing a better future. A safer life for herself, and for the child she was carrying. But what she never knew was that Daniel had tried to come back. Again. And again. Only to find doors closed, messages unanswered, and a life that had moved on without him. So he stayed away. Not because he didn't care. But because he thought he wasn't wanted. Crying face back to the present. Emma finally spotted him. Sitting alone on a bench. Looking broken. For a moment, she just sat in her car, watching. This man, the one she had just dismissed like he didn't matter, was now suddenly at the center of everything. She stepped out slowly. Daniel. Her voice was softer now. Almost unsure. Daniel looked up. Their eyes met. And in that moment, time folded in on itself. Recognition. Pain. Unspoken history. You, he said quietly. Emma. Took a step closer. Why didn't you tell me? Daniel frowned slightly. Tell you what? Emma's voice trembled. About Lily. Silence. Heavy. Confusing. Then, a sad smile appeared on Daniel's face. I didn't think I had the right. Broken heart, the truth unfolds. Emma's eyes filled with emotion. She thinks you're her father. Daniel looked down. I know. That single sentence hit harder than anything else. You know? Emma whispered. I've seen her for months, he admitted. Outside school. At the park. Fixing her bike, helping with small things. Emma's heart ached. Why didn't you come to me? Daniel let out a quiet laugh. Would you have listened? She had no answer. Because deep down, she knew the truth. Back then, she wouldn't have. pleading face his side of the story. I found out about her late, Daniel continued. By the time I knew, you had already built a life. His voice was calm, but heavy with years of silence. I didn't want to ruin that. Emma shook her head, tears forming. You didn't ruin anything. He looked at her. Really looked this time. Then why does it feel like I just lost everything, again? That broke her. Collision, the moment that changed everything. Emma stepped closer. No, this time, you didn't lose anything. Daniel stayed silent. She took a deep breath. I made a mistake. A pause. Then, with full honesty. Back then, and today. Daniel's eyes flickered. I judged you without knowing your story, she continued. I pushed you away before, and I did it again this morning. Her voice cracked. I'm sorry. Girl Lily arrives. Just then, a small voice called out from behind. Dad? Both of them turned. Lily stood there, holding her school bag, eyes wide with hope. Daniel froze. Emma's breath caught. The moment had arrived. Lily ran toward him and hugged him tightly. Daniel hesitated for just a second, then wrapped his arms around her. Tears filled his eyes. Hey, kiddo, he whispered. Emma watched. Her heart breaking and healing at the same time. Red heart, a new beginning. For the first time, everything was out in the open. No more secrets. No more distance. Just truth. Messy. Emotional. But real. Emma stepped forward. We need to talk, all of us. Daniel nodded slowly. And for the first time, there was something new in his eyes. Not pain. Not regret. Hope. Sparkles. Sometimes, life doesn't give second chances easily. But when it does, it comes wrapped in truth, pain, and unexpected moments. Emma thought she was firing an employee. But in reality, she was being given a chance to fix the biggest mistake of her life. And this time, she wasn't going to walk away. Fire. He watched his daughter from afar. Until fate forced the truth out. She chose success over love. Years later, life made her pay. A fired employee. A hidden father. A truth that changed everything.